All right, so big news of the day. Elon Musk has been approved to purchase Twitter. I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was last week. Elon offered about 40 some odd billion at $54.20 per share, I believe it was. And now today, the board members of Twitter have come back to approve the sale, right? So now, barring any unforeseen circumstances, Elon Musk will be the new owner of Twitter, or at least majority owner. Probably is what he will be. Now, with that said, what are your thoughts on that? A billionaire, one of the richest men in the world, what are your thoughts on him owning Twitter, controlling or having some control over the freedom of speech? What I think is this, about freedom of speech, when it really boils down to it, it has been trampled on. We really don't have freedom of speech right now. Because if you say something about a particular group of people, or if you say something that is, not mainstream, that mainstream America does not agree with, then you can be ostracized. And there can be some serious consequences that you have to face. You've seen people lose their jobs because they made certain statements. We've even seen people lose their jobs for making certain gestures at the president's motorcade. How I see it is freedom of speech is being walked over right now. So I'm okay with seeing some new blood, new ideas, new thinking coming into the ownership of Twitter. Maybe a person like Elon Musk can make some changes that would be better off for everybody, all the users of Twitter, so that you can say and express yourself in the way that you want to express yourself without being concerned about there being repercussions, punishments, losing your job, losing your livelihood because you feel a certain way, because you want to express how you feel. Now, I don't condone people making hateful statements against other people or allow people to use social media outlets or their freedom of speech to drum up violence against other people or other groups of people. I certainly don't condone that. But I do think freedom of speech is important. And right now, with the way things are, I think there are just too many limitations on what people can say without repercussion. And I think it's good to have some new blood come in, a mind like Elon Musk. I think maybe we'll start to see some changes where that's concerned. And I do realize that Elon Musk purchasing Twitter today is not going to solve the problems of people losing their jobs because they say certain things right away. I realize that. But I do think it will bring a new conversation around freedom of speech. I think freedom of speech may start to be looked at differently, and then maybe we'll start to get some differences as to how freedom of speech is managed. And how do I feel about a billionaire like Elon Musk purchasing Twitter and having some control over the freedom of speech? I'm okay with it. I realize that's the world that we live in. To make a 40-some-odd billion-dollar purchase, there are definitely going to be some billionaires within that group. Billionaires make those type of purchases. So I'm okay just like I would with any other person being a billionaire and purchasing Twitter. I don't think the name matters a whole lot. What I do think that matters is what Elon Musk brings to the table. He's been able to show you that he's been able to build companies and build those companies successfully. So I think that he will be able to do the same with Twitter. And I think that he will be able to manage the problems that Twitter has a whole lot better than they have been managed. So we'll see how that works out. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I would certainly like it if you would share your opinion in the comment section. Let us know what you think about Elon purchasing Twitter, and if that will have a big impact, will it make a big change as far as the freedom of speech is concerned on these social media outlets. That's what I wanted to share with you today. I certainly hope this information has been helpful. If you're interested in learning more about the freight broker business, you know it. I'll leave a free link in the description. It's my 5-video series, and I titled it How the Load Movement Process Works. Gives you a chance to come into the office with me and watch as I move loads, talk to shippers and carriers to give you a better understanding of how this business works before you come into it. And then if you want to know more about how to transition from a part-time freight broker to a full-time freight broker, here's a video right here. So until the next time, I wish you the very best in your life and business. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded.